guys, before I start this video, I just want to give you a heads up that if you came for a reading from a professional who does not have to use guidebooks, who has the whole deck and all their cards and all their meanings and all the reverse meanings memorized, this is not going to be for you. But what I can promise you is a passionate message. It will still resonate, it still will ring true. I just don't have it all memorized and nailed down. I have a full-time job, I have 2 kids, I have a lot going on. I have not had the time to devote to tarot in the way that others have. So if you're looking for a professional expert message, you can move on. But if you don't, please stay, enjoy the ride. I don't know how long I'll be doing this. I am just using this as a tool for a creative outlet. So with that, let's get on with our reading. Show me how good it can get. What is in the future? What lies ahead? All right, right off the bat, cups in reverse. Okay. Oh, we've got quite a few things coming through. All right, so there's this one, then this one, and then, oh, we love the Justice card. And then this one. And I know some of these might seem like contradicting or may give opposite energies, but there is a story here. If any of what I'm about to say does not resonate, take it, chuck it in the bucket. Just take what you will. What does resonate, it's meant for you, and what doesn't, it's not. It's that simple. I am not a psychic, so I do not claim to be. This is just something that I have very recently been wanting to share rather than keep to myself. So, that said, let's move on. With this first card, the Six of Cups in reverse, you may find that maybe some old emotional patterns are surfacing, or inner child wounds might be coming up. Not necessarily a bad thing, but you're noticing them. You're paying attention to them, you're seeing them for what they are. And for where you're at in life, I have a feeling that you're able to navigate these differently than you used to, and maybe differently than you ever have. You may be seeing your past like for what it was, clearly and without confusion and without judgment, or if you're not there yet, you're at least giving yourself more grace, and you're coming from a spot of wanting to understand and seeking to expand and grow and learn. And whatever you're seeing about your past, you're not viewing it in the same way, if that makes sense. You might be outgrowing old dynamics or realizing that connections were rooted in familiarity and not in true alignment. And I know that that seems harsh, but it's okay, guys. We all do this. We are all human. This life that we come here to live on this planet, it is a life full of lessons. We are always a student of life, and we came here to learn. That's what we come here as souls to do. We come here to learn. I'm going to offer you my hand when I say this next part, because I'm going to hold your hand and say that this next phase of life, as you move forward, connections may dissolve. Not may, connections will dissolve. And that may be fresh, new connections, or honestly, guys, long-term connections that you've found comfort and familiarity in. Some of those are going to be dissolving, and it's okay. It's going to sting, it's going to hurt, but I promise you, you're going to get through it, because you're aligning with your true path. And I think you know this deep down, but coming to accept it is hard. It's hard for everybody. We have all been here, and it's not an easy thing to get through, but it will be okay. If you stay the course of your true path, what's been divinely guided and placed in front of you. Even if you can't see it yet, you know a path is there, and you know you're following your intuition. You're getting better at not blindly taking step, but just trusting that the path will appear as you walk it. That makes sense. But it will all be worth it. And if you don't follow your path, and if you don't stay true to your course, it's okay. Again, we're all human. We all do it. It's okay. But don't be surprised when old patterns and wounds come back to haunt you, and they might kick your butt a little bit. So if it worked for me, I would say to just nip it in the bud. And as you navigate this part of your life, be accepting and still try to approach things in your life with love. No matter what that is or what that looks like, still try to lead with love. Always, always, always. And give yourself grace, please. This process isn't going to be pretty. You're not in the pretty part of your path, so to speak. You are maybe at a little bit of a bumpy rock in the road. Just got to get over the hump. That type of energy. That's where you're at. But moving on to the Four of Wands. This is actually like piggybacking off of the Six of Cups energy. Like these are both reversed. These are kind of like, I don't know. We will get there. I take notes, guys. Don't mind my pen. This card is highlighting some stability or lack thereof, whether that is within yourself or within your home or your current situation or relationship or something of that sort. Like the home energy may be slightly off, whether that's like your actual physical home where you live or the home within yourself. Something is off, and that's okay. But there's a feeling of uncertainty, like, where do I truly belong? Where am I supposed to be? The uncertainty of where do I belong, and those feelings, like the answer to that, it's coming, guys. I promise you, like everything is being orchestrated in the background, and it may not be visible or made aware yet. You may not be conscious or aware of it yet, but it's all being worked on. The universe has its plans for you. It's got your back. It may not feel like it at times because things can get confusing, and it's okay. I promise you, things are working out for your highest good in the background. Trust it. You right now want something to feel solid. You want that safety. You want that security. You want the solidarity. Is that the word? I might have to look that up. Solidarity? I don't know. But you may want something to feel solid, and it's just not landing that way right now. What felt like home or what felt right at one point doesn't necessarily feel the same anymore. And not in a scary way, but more like your soul it's moved on, or it is in the process of moving on. Acceptance is a big one here, guys. You just need to accept things for what they are, and accept that in this life we change, we grow, we may get attached to things because we are human, but it is also natural and in our human nature to outgrow these things. So when that time comes and it's time to move past them, you need to accept that and allow yourself to move on. When one door closes, another one opens. And it's okay if right now you don't know where that door is, and it's almost like you might find yourself seeking for that door, but I also promise it will work out better for you if you just let go and stop seeking. If you just follow your true nature and follow your passion and follow what makes you truly happy to your core, what makes your soul happy. Fill your own cup. When you do all these things and you lead through love and you stop seeking and just trust the process and just follow your intuition, that door, whatever it may look like for you, will appear. I say this from experience. And I'm sure there's times in your life that you can look back on and realize that that is how it works. That's how the universe works. If you seek, you will not find what you're looking for. What you're looking for comes to you when you actually least expect it. and in ways that you didn't even know you were looking for it. So again, just trust things, trust where you're at, trust the process. Moving on to the Son of Swords in reverse. I know, another reverse card. It's okay, guys, I promise. Sometimes the reverse cards can catch people off guard or can kind of make people take a step back and be like, oh, again, people interpret these in different ways, but don't let the reverse images scare you. Sometimes it's actually better when they're in the reverse position. That's what she said. So this is kind of like where we're currently sitting. This is the energy where we're currently sitting, and this is where we're getting to. So hang in there. With the Son of Swords, the overthinking, the anxiety, the mental spirals you may be feeling, there might be some miscommunication or holding back truth. And honestly, guys, mental spirals and overthinking is not always negative. You can also mentally spiral upwards, go to Delulu land or whatever, but there are mental spirals happening. There's miscommunication of some sort, or maybe even holding back truth. This isn't necessarily implying like you're keeping secrets in a negative way. You may be feeling a lot of things and just unsure how to express that. You're just processing a lot, whether that's the good, bad, the ugly, the ups, the downs, the in-betweens. You're feeling it all and you're healing from it all, and you have got a lot going on in your mind, and your mind's just trying to catch up with what your intuition already knows. So if you're spiraling about work or a friendship or a family or a connection or a relationship, if you're spiraling downwards and you're having all these thoughts of like, oh my gosh, like intuitively, if you take a moment, pause, breathe, take a step back, intuitively, you already know. You already know the outcome of this situation. You already know where your head's at, where your heart's at, what is and is not aligned for you. Again, following those cards, you already know intuitively. Your mind right now with this, you are just trying to catch up with that intuition. So if you've been feeling mentally loud or scattered or unsure how to express what you've been sensing, that is what's being reflected here. All that said, I know that was kind of a lot, but again, tarot will tell you what you need to hear. It's not going to tell you what you want to hear. So we're moving on. We're going to leave all that energy, okay? So here is what we can expect to see in the future if you have not already started seeing some of this. This is what lies ahead. The Justice card. Look at that beautiful, the rainbow, the balance, the two foxes, the holding the world in their tail. It's a beautiful card. Decisions, karma. Here comes the correction, so to speak. You are seeing things as they are, and as your mind catches up to your intuition, that's where this comes in, and you will see things as they are. This sense of clarity, this deep, deep clarity, truth. That's where this all cuts through the noise, all that mental noise that you've been sitting in. You're seeing things as they are, making a aligned decision. This karmic balance is being restored. And I mean karmic balance in the sense of how you've been living your entire life up until this moment. That type of karmic balance. You may have gone through the ringer. You may have gone through hell and high water and back again, and found yourself wondering, like, what gives? What is in store for me? When is this all going to stop? Like, what the freak is going on? You know? You may have found yourself at that point in life recently even. But here's where the karmic balance is really restored. And there might be a weight or heaviness surrounding a choice you have to make. But the good news is that whatever confusion or emotional or mental fog that you are sitting in does not last, and you will be able to make that choice or decision and stand firm in it and know that the decision you made was based out of alignment. I'm telling you, things will get better. This card stabilizes everything. Remember, the decisions that you make now affect your life, but also the lives around you, both now and in the future. So make sure that you stay true to you and when you're faced with these big choices, make alignment-based decisions, not emotional-based. But that's good because we're moving away from that energy, we're stepping out of that energy, and things are becoming clearer to us so that we can make alignment-based decisions. Okay, so that's where we start turning the page. Let's move on to the Fool. I personally truly love this card. The spontaneity and the innocence of it. Like, look at the little baby duck on the branch, or the bird, sorry, not a duck, probably. He is ready to fly. He is ready to leave the nest. He is ready to leave behind the comfort of the nest to begin his journey. The Fool is ready to begin the journey through the rest of the major arcana. This card is about beginnings. If you're familiar, it's the year of the fire horse. It is very much giving that fire horse go-getter, like, just do it energy. It's the time is now. This card represents spontaneity, excitement, naivety, being inexperienced with something. You may not know what the frick you're doing right now. That's okay. You always have to start somewhere. This is blank slate energy. Others may... Okay, no, scratch that. Others are going to doubt you, babe. Sorry, that's just how it goes. Sorry, not sorry, because you grow from that and you learn to stay true to you. But no matter what others say about you or think about you, that doesn't concern you because this is your journey. Stay your course. It's happening, it's beginning, and it is a true reset, not a repeat cycle. It is a true reset. Onto the Hermit card. I hope this pen waving around in your face does not get annoying, but I'm not going to say I'm going to stop because I talk with my hands, and since I'm not on camera, this is what you get. So, in society, being a hermit isn't always supported or looked highly upon, but in the tarot realm, they are highly celebrated and valued, actually. So, through solitude and stillness, they bring wisdom to everything. What lies ahead is you becoming more self-aware of your inner realm, and your inner realm and your inner world creates your outer world. So it's a beautiful place to be when you move through these phases and then you go within and find the beauty in all that and all your spirituality. Your dreams and manifestations are coming true. You are going to be actively manifesting in this phase, deep into your spirituality, intuition, inner guidance. Your power will sharpen in a quiet and grounded way. So I know that card kind of seems anticlimactic, but it's actually where all the true power is held. Like, this bird is ready. You know what? Why don't we do this? I got my deck again, and after I give this summarized message, we're gonna do one more card for where we end up. Okay, so to sum this all up, there is a deep emotional recalibration going on. You are releasing outdated emotional attachments and things that do not serve you and your highest good. You're redefining home or love or stability and what those mean to you. And you're in a mentally intense processing phase. You are processing a lot, but you will arrive at a clear truth and have clarity. And with this clear truth hello? Guys, words are hard sometimes, okay? With this clarity and clear truth comes balance. And you are stepping into a new... Why did I write stepping into a new past? That doesn't make sense. I guess it kind of does, but you are stepping into a... I probably meant to write you're stepping into a new path. I'm telling you, my notes are messy, but I also injured my hand a long time ago, so I tend to get lazy and my notes just look more like scribbles, but that's okay. So you're stepping into a new path, and anchoring this through wisdom, aka the hermit. You're outgrowing versions of your life that once felt right, and in that there will be a moment or moments where it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. Don't let that hold you back. Remember, whatever you're going through and whatever is dissolving, it's not a loss, it's alignment. Everything is being divinely guided and divinely aligned for you. Not everything that feels familiar is meant to come forward with you on your new journey, but what's meant for you comes only after this justice and fool energy, not before. So don't rush things. It will not work. Okay? Okay. Now that we got all that out of the way, we're just going to scan this real quick. Okay, Spirit. Where do we end up? We get our happy ending. Where do we end up? Where does all this lead? Not like the ultimate end, but where does all of this lead? Oh my gosh, beautiful. The Empress. This is gender neutral. This reading is gender neutral. Just because we got the Empress here does not mean this is for a woman. But that is a beautiful card because the Empress is the mother or the goddess of the tarot. Her energy encompasses all that is warm, fertile, creative, and sensual in the world. Her strength comes from being gentle and compassionate and loving without binding. When this card appears, it's pointing to either a maternal relationship in your life or the side of yourself that wants to love more. The Empress also suggests it's time for you to reconnect with nature. Go outside tonight and find the moon. Anyways, I love, these are just like short and sweet. It doesn't give reverse meanings. That's more intuitively, or I might have to pull out other guidebooks or whatever. But honestly, the part that I like about this most is the loving without binding, the connecting to the side of yourself that wants to love more. You may have found yourself in a time recently where you thought you gave up on that, or you thought that like maybe what's happened is all that there is to your life and to your story. And I don't know, for some of you, a lot of this disconnect and a lot of the things dissolving, that may be actual romantic relationships. But don't lose hope. Go inside yourself, gain that power and that wisdom, because what's in store for you, you will get that back. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the story of how flamingos lose their pink because they nurture their baby and they just give everything that they have to their baby, these mother flamingos. And so it quite literally drains the pink coloration. But once their babies grow and they're able to, be on their own, the mom can start filling her own cup again. The mom can start nurturing herself again, and the pink color returns to her. So I don't know why I had to relate that back, but with this Empress card, so beautiful, so perfect for this, really. What comes from all this, you're not just healing, you're understanding, more like innerstanding. You become the most beautiful version of you, where your self-worth isn't questioned. You have emotional security from within. You have softness without losing your strength and power. Abundance that flows to you because you are aligned. You don't chase love, you become the frequency of love. You don't question or seek stability, you create it. You don't spiral, you trust fully. The Empress doesn't settle, she doesn't shrink. And if you do find connections, especially romantic ones, guys, it can only stay if it aligns with this energy. If it's nurturing and not draining, if it's stable, not restricting, if it's deep and not confusing. Otherwise, if it's anything less than this Empress energy, it will naturally fall away. This connection will not require force. All of this leads you to becoming someone who knows their worth and no longer abandons themselves. And because of that, everything aligned begins to grow around you and begins to bloom around you, which is so funny because that happens to be my other notebook. Yeah, just a beautiful, 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 happy ending, dare I say. Get your mind out of the gutter. I hope that this gives you some clarity, and I hope that this gives you some hope, because not all is lost, and I know that it has been a rough little bit, but that's okay. We sat in that energy, we absorbed it, we observed it for all that it was, and we are releasing that so that we can move on. I am curious. Ooh, I want to pair this with a couple of my oracle cards. We'll keep it simple. Or what advice you might need as you go through this journey and as you follow your path. What advice might you need to sit with? What advice? What advice is there for you? And with these cards, I like to do it a little differently, so I'm going to back it up here. These cards, I like to see where I'm drawn to. And usually I tend to go with where with where it breaks. And this is perfect. Look at that. New chapter. That is self-explanatory. That is self-explanatory. We don't even need the guidebook or much more of an intuitive message there. I think it honestly just says it all. But you're being nudged to move forward. Take the next step. A new adventure awaits. And I will just read this prayer here from the guidebook. Great Spirit, guide me through this transition and give me the courage to make choices to help my soul. Again, guide me through this transition and give me the courage to make choices that help my soul to grow. Oh, that is so beautiful. This is exciting. This is exciting for whoever you are, whoever has happened to find this. Since it is my first video of I don't know how many, it may only reach one person. That's okay. Hey, this all resonates with me very deeply. So even if it doesn't reach anybody, I am quite content with this reading. And there has never been a reading in the years that I've been doing this that I'm not content with, to be quite honest, because Spirit nails it on the head every time. Here is a little bit of motivation for you from this newer deck that I got, along with this book. The author of a book, Gabrielle Bernstein, if I pronounce that correctly, has this oracle deck to go along with it, and it happened to be on sale when I bought the book. So of course I bought this. But here's just a little bit of fruit for thought, food for the mind, motivation. Call it what you want. All right. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. I think this is important. I think that's important with how you move forward and how you do choose to proceed through these times. And as you approach the later half of the reading, when you have those tough choices and tough decisions to make, focus on your inner light, see the world through the lens of love. Leading through love and making heart-centered and heart-based decisions is always the way to go, guys. It will get you through a lot, and you can always come back to this and just wow. Good things await. Be patient, because all of this, it will take time. This is not going to happen overnight. This is not going to happen in a month. Just be patient with yourself and trust the process, and know that ultimately the outcome is beautiful. Like I said, you will get your happy ending. You just gotta trust, and you stay your course, stay aligned, make alignment-based choices. All right, and that is all she wrote. So thank you for watching, whoever you are, even if it's just me rewatching this. Thank you to myself. Hopefully, you will be back. I will be posting more. I don't know for how long. I don't know if this is just a phase of my life where I just needed to release some of my pent up creative energy. I don't know what's in store for me, but I trust everything. And thanks for coming along with me for the ride while it lasts. Bye.